So, one of my favorite things about this car is when you're out.
Corner went a little bit further than I thought.
When you're out hooning around on the back roads, especially out here by the neighborhood that we're by, you know, you shut it down and drive past the cop all nice and neat, and nobody knows the wiser that you were the one out hooning.
I'd say this is a very, very fun car on the twisties. Hey Gearheads, do us a huge favor, hit that subscribe button down below so that you never miss a future video from us and see what we're reviewing next. And when we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're reviewing something a little bit special.
Yeah, our next milestone is 1,000, and we're going to review the Subaru.
If you still have the Subaru.
If it's still the Subaru, yeah.
So come hang out with us, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so you never miss a future video. All right, Gearheads, we are at the beautiful Cascades Golf Course.
Spectacular.
Which
is
is
absolutely gorgeous.
Really where this car, I believe, fits in. It's a luxury vehicle, fit 2 golf bags in the back.
Barely.
No problem. Yeah, just
barely.
Finagle a little bit.
Gotta hold your mouth right.
We are reviewing the Lexus NX 300. Look at it. Isn't she pretty?
So we're out here at the Cascades Country Club. Spectacular, beautiful golf course. And I got my golf course get up on, right?
Yeah.
Why not do a little golfing? So it is a snug fit. This goofy thing tends to get in the way a little bit, but
yeah,
overall,
it's very 1990s.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very rad and in its era.
It does come out fairly easily, you know, take these off of both sides and it just lifts right out. But if you want to hide the fact that you're running off to the golf course, maybe, you can, you know, set that back in there, throw your bags in and head out. It does hold 2 golf bags fairly comfortably. You got to kind of wiggle them in there, but they'll go. So it's a nice space, and it is a power up and down lift gate, so very nice.
So this particular model is in a pearl white paint that just sparkles in the sun. We are thrilled with the color on this one. Has the 2-liter turbo engine. No wheel spin whatsoever.
None.
Joys of all-wheel drive. So the powertrain in this particular NX is a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine with 235 horsepower.
Yep.
And it has a 6-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters. Have
with
you
paddle
used
shifters.
them?
I have played with the paddle shifters a little bit. I may have gotten a 7.1 second 0 to 60 time out of this.
And how do you know that?
I mean, I may have had some sort of app or something that was tracking how, when I went to Mexico.
Right. I've been relatively impressed with this.
I will say that my opinion of it has changed a little bit. When I first saw this thing, we sat down in it, I was messing around with it, looking at it, I was like, this is pointless. This is a 2-person vehicle with 4 doors. It's too tall to carve corners. The motor's too small to have a whole lot of hooning around fun in it. But after driving it for a couple of days, this is really, it's a nice rig. It really is a nice rig.
It is more fun than its crossover nature lets on.
Yes.
Case in point.
Most definitely.
So going back to the interior, another thing that kind of has me scratching my head, there are a few things on this one. It's a luxury vehicle. You've got, you know, this cream colored leather dash.
Right.
You've got the fake wood accents, the fake metal accents, all well and good. I understand it's an entry level, but what has me really scratching my head is there are 4 exposed rivets holding on the center leather pad.
Those are really bothering you, aren't they?
I don't understand. They don't. This isn't a Jeep.
They have Lexus stamped in them. They're supposed to be refined and fancy, and it's definitely an Allen head bolt.
Yeah, exposed hardware does not say luxury vehicle.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's something I would expect to see in a Jeep Wrangler or
a truck.
Yeah, but not in the only 2 seats that are super usable in this car.
Yeah. I noticed this the other day. So you have a nice, supple, soft, leather-wrapped dash section right here. This is plastic. Fit and finish is incredible, and they did do a really good job of making that texture look like leather.
Yeah.
But where your hands are not typically, it's plastic.
And even going down further,
yeah,
hard plastics everywhere else. But up high, nice leather touch surfaces. You've got this little pad to rest your hand while you're maneuvering on the trackpad.
What is this little tab here thing?
This car wasn't made for us. I will say that this little device came in handy when spying on my 3-year-old in the backseat.
Fair enough.
Then he wanted to have it.
This is not a car designed for Corey and I.
No.
It is a great city car, yes.
In that it, again, going back to its small size, it's a great city car because it's very maneuverable, easy to park. This particular one does not have all the self-park goodies and stuff like that, but you don't need it because, again, it's small in stature and fits in any parking spot incredibly easily.
Yeah. It's pretty stinking quick, too.
It'll scoot. That's 60.
Not bad at all for 235 horsepower out of that Turbo 4. So,
back to its compact size, it is not as heavy as other vehicles that we've driven, and it's very refreshing to have something that'll move.
Oh, yeah.
So I will say the Turbo took a little bit to kick in, but it is nowhere near as bad as some other cars.
And you're in normal mode too.
Right,
so.
And in completely automatic. So I let the car figure it all out.
Yeah.
And it's got enough power to get you going. So that was brake torquing it, and there's 60. That was brake torquing it in sport mode, but completely automatic.
Yep.
So
it does that first, you bring it up to about $2,000, 2,500 RPM, and it takes it a second to register what it is it's wanting to do,
right,
and then it'll take off, and it does from $3,000 to $6,000. It climbs right up. This is a perfect rig for. We're in East Texas. Everything is either 15 minutes or 2 hours away.
Right.
And this would be a fantastic rig for around town busyness or jumping up on I-20 and running into Dallas for the day.
Speaking of that, I don't even need to ask if you've used the lane keep or active steering or adaptive cruise in this.
I have, unfortunately. And I'm trying to be an objective journalist. Right. I'm trying to examine and experience the vehicle in its entirety.
So I found an interesting thing because it does have active steering to keep you in the lane. If you have that turned on and say you're going through a construction zone where maybe you're driving over the lines or
it doesn't
closer
like it
to,
at all.
Yeah, it does a lot of talking to you and force feedback, and it was very interesting of an experience fighting with the car to do what I wanted to do. But there's a quick button to turn that off. And
so Emily and I have had a few minutes in. Well, I've had it for a couple of days now, but Emily and I have sat down in this thing together, and I took her on a quick little run around the block, and I pointed out the fact that the cruise control button on this 2021 is the same cruise control button on her 2005 Toyota Camry. It's identical.
Toyota knows what works for them, and they keep it up. So I will say adaptive cruise systems are getting better, and the newer vehicles I get into, the less jerky their operations are and the less panicked their stops are. And I will say the adaptive cruise in this, from the little time I've had, has been a fairly pleasant experience. It's
not bad at all.
And you can set your follow distance fairly easily with a button here on the steering wheel. And as much as it takes for me to get used to change, let's just say change, the cruise control functions on Toyota Lexus products, once I get used to it, it is incredibly simple to use. So we're gonna try, we're coming to a slowdown right here, and it's not a panic stop.
No.
Would you even know that it's not me braking right now?
If I wasn't paying attention, then probably not, no. It does very well.
Yeah. It's very easy to go fast in this car.
It is.
Like effortless.
Especially so in sport mode. Yeah. It spools the turbo a little quicker. The throttle response is a little more sensitive. It'll hold the shifts a little longer, so instead of it trying to get into top gear as quickly as possible in eco mode, it wants to use that RPM and that boost to get you motivated, which is really nice, actually.
I can definitely see the Lexus DNA in this.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is fun and exciting to drive, but this is not the package for me.
Sure.
Maybe an IS, F Sport.
Right.
You and I really enjoyed the RCF Fuji, but I think that's a little out of my price range.
It's more than double what this one costs, so yeah.
Takes the corners without like throwing you around either. The seats,
yeah, no kidding.
Seats are quite comfortable. Hold you in place.
That one, I actually felt the tail start to come around just ever so slightly when you came back on the power.
Yeah.
A little bit of wet, damp from the rain that we've had today. Those are nice. So, one of my favorite things about this car is when you're out.
Corner went a little bit further than I thought.
When you're out hooning around on the back roads, especially out here by the neighborhood that we're by, you shut it down and drive past the cop all nice and neat, and nobody knows the wiser that you were the one out hooning.
I'd say this is a very, very fun car on the twisties.
It sticks really well, surprisingly well.
Yes.
For a CUV. I'm coining a new phrase right here, right now, on this video. Car utility vehicle. Because this feels way much more like a car than it does a CUV.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot to like about this on the twisties. A lot to like. And it handles the elevation changes.
Oh, yeah.
The quick cornering changes. Hit that apex. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
And that turbo spool. Got a little extra push.
It is so much fun.
Oh, this is sweet.
And back to normal roads. Man, I love that road.
This car makes you feel very confident in all of that too.
I'm impressed.
Are you?
I'm impressed. That was legit my first time to take it on twisty roads.
Yeah.
I've given it a little, hard corners through traffic and things like that.
Sure.
But that was the first time for actual spirited driving, and the Lexus DNA shines through. All right, Matt. Final thoughts. 2021 Lexus NX 300.
Not the F Sport.
Not the F Sport, and also not the 2022 totally brand new.
Right.
Sticker for this one, $52,000.
Yeah. It's all there.
Yeah.
It's a chunk.
It is quite a chunk. Now, this does have some options on it, so.
It does.
But.
And it's a nice place to hang out.
Yeah.
These front two seats are fantastic.
Back seats for adult, questionable.
Yeah. But no, it's a nice rig. It's incredibly comfortable. It's incredibly responsive in sport mode. Makes it a lot of fun.
Fun on the twisties.
But
looks are subjective.
Right.
It's got Lexus's controversial spindle grille.
It's different.
And
this one happens to wrap halfway up underneath the front of the car.
Because it has no shin.
Yeah.
Like it's gone. As a total package, it is a competent vehicle.
Yes.
That, going back to what we learned with our last Texas Auto Writers Association event, going into it with an open mind.
Yes.
I have definitely had my mind changed on my initial impressions of this vehicle.
I've even had my mind changed since the initial sight of this thing till now. After driving it, after spending a couple of days with it, it's really not as bad as it looks. I guess that's the simplest way of putting it. It's small, although it will still hold 2 golf bags and some. It is 4 doors. It's short and fairly compact. It is in the compact CUV segment. It's still very low to the ground. It handles like a car. It drives like a car.
Which are both very good things.
They are very good things. The 2-liter turbo is incredibly responsive. It's exactly what this thing needs.
Right.
And nothing more.
Now, us being gearheads,
right?
Naturally, we want more. I could do with a little tuned-up engine. I could do with maybe a Sport Plus, like we've experienced in other Lexus vehicles.
Snug this thing up a little more, maybe a little less profile on the tires, and even, I don't know, like, another 100 horsepower.
Yeah. Another 100 horsepower in something this size would be amazing.
Oh, it would be incredible.
And, all right, so if you don't care so much about backseat space or total cargo volume.
Right. Or towing.
If you are in a city setting or have a lot of back roads to carve.
Right.
This would be a good rig for you.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a growing family and long-legged kids in the back, probably not. If you're going to be carrying a lot of adult friends or anything in the back, probably not for you. But it is absolutely a fun, competent, luxurious vehicle that doesn't disappoint on anything.
Yeah.
Toyota/Lexus's build quality shines through in this. Lexus's sport-tuned DNA shines through.
Definitely.
There's a lot to like about this outside of the price tag.
Oh, yeah. And when it comes down to it, there's a few details that I don't really care for. I could nitpick it all day long. I could nitpick anything all day long. But all in all, total package, yes.
Do you wait for the upgraded technology and sophistication of the 2022, or do you go and try and find a 2021 sitting around on the lot and score you a good deal?
Well, there's pros and cons to both of those options, right? The brand new one means that it's brand new stuff. It's still Toyota, it's still Lexus, so the tech that goes into it is going to be proven technology. There's not a whole lot of risk with buying the first, year of the revamped styling, but it is a Toyota. So buying the last year of the outgoing means that you're getting everything dialed in exactly where it needs to be. Now, buying the outgoing year model halfway through that year model, especially in 2021, means the variety and selection is not there at all.
Right. You really like the platform, but can't stand to wait for whenever inventories come back up, which, again, go listen to our podcast, maybe 2023 before we're
maybe
really at full force. This is a competent choice.
Definitely. And you're not going to be disappointed with it. It's refined, it's comfortable, it checks a whole lot of boxes.
Yep. So there you have it. If you don't mind, if you like this video, hit the like. Leave us a comment down below what you think your favorite feature would be of this vehicle and what you want to see us drive next. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already so that you'll see every future video that we drop. Until next time, bye.
They were very gracious to extend us that opportunity. So,
yes.
You need your vanity mirror.
Yes.
Let me hold that for you so you can fix your hair.
Thank you. Yes.
So.
Yeah. This gearheads is why I always wear a ball cap.
I'm gonna make fun of that mirror as much as I possibly can on this video.